The first thing to say is that the US has a labor shortage. So when you think about immigration, immigration is a way to solve the labor shortage. The second thing to say is you got people like Elon Musk squawking about population decline. Immigration is a way to solve that problem in the United States as well. So when you think about the labor shortage and the alleged problem of population decline, why exactly are we bent out of shape about immigration as a country? And I personally think that there's racial politics behind that racism is a key component of that whole dynamic. And I think that we have to talk about that openly as progressive people, as people who see that racism and do not want that to be fueling immigration policy. And so that I am doing, and I have done it at least a few times in this campaign already. And I'm saying it now, that I believe that racism is behind this, immigration sort of panic, this kind of, moral panic that Republicans have managed to gin up. Trump's rhetoric about immigration is vile. And his demonization of some of the most vulnerable people that we can possibly imagine is vile. And we need to speak up against it. It's a moment that demands our moral clarity. So there's that. Now, are there practical implications to an influx of large numbers of people? Yes. And do we need to be concerned about the security of our country from an influx of large numbers of people when we can't do a proper job of ensuring that they are not a risk to us? And yes, we have to be concerned about those sorts of things. What I don't fully understand is why there's a breakdown in that. Is that a lack of resources along the border to kind of manage that flow? Is it a lack of access to information to be able to judge who or who is not, safe to allow into the country, and so on? These are things that I don't really understand. But I think one of the ways to fix this situation is to alter the immigration laws so that it's easier to attain legal status in this country, and then a more prompt path to citizenship. And, because Republicans say, well, you don't have any right to be here because you're here illegally. Well, you can't hardly come here legally. It's very, very difficult. And people are fleeing desperate circumstances. To hear Trump talk, people come here simply to do horrible things to Americans, when the data shows that immigrants are not more likely to commit crimes, less likely, in fact, to commit crimes than Americans. When I listened to his State of the Union address, I actually did the math on the number of people who were murdered by immigrants, and it was like this teeny tiny itsy bitsy fraction, right? But he manages to work up a moral panic about, immigrants are coming here to kill people. Again, that's racism, and it's vile, and we should call it out as such. So, prompt path to citizenship, protect the status of people who are coming here seeking asylum.